So, you want to learn how to cast a baitcaster? Well, you came to the right place. Alright, so we all know bait casters can be a little bit hard to use. But after watching this video, hopefully I will make it a little easier for you. So, let's get started. Let's first start by breaking down the basics of how you cast a bait caster. A bait caster, unlike other reels, has a free spinning spool. That means when you release that button, that spool is just going to unwind. You need to put your finger on there, hold it steady, wind back, make a cast, and release the spool. It's going to let the line out, and as the line starts to hit the water, you put your finger back on that spool and stop it. If you do not stop the spool with your thumb, it's going to keep going, and the line's going to get all backed up and start to bird's nest. This is called a backlash, and trust me, it is not very fun. One of the biggest mistakes I see people that are new to bait casters do is that they make a cast, they freak out, and they jam their thumb onto the spool. Think of your thumb kind of like a car brake. You don't just slam on the brakes, you gently apply pressure until the car comes to a stop. That is the same principle with a bait caster. So you make your cast, watch your bait. When it hits its apex and starts its fall down, that is when you slowly start applying pressure to the spool, and as it hits the water, you slowly stop the spool. And that is the correct way you cast a bait caster. Now this is going to take some practice. It is not going to happen overnight, but that's one tip that will definitely help improve your casting ability. There's also a little dial on the side of your bait caster, and I would recommend if you're starting out, turn this all the way to max. What this is going to do is it's going to slow down that spool. Now you're not going to be able to cast very far, but for learning, this is what I'd recommend. I'd get a 1 ounce weight tied on there, turn the thing all the way to max, and start practicing, and as you get better, slowly start dialing it back. That's the way I learned to use a bait caster, and I highly recommend that's the way you learn to use a bait caster. Another tip that's going to help you is strip out about 100 yards of line and place a piece of tape, doesn't matter what kind of tape, in the spool and crank the line back in. That way, if you do mess up and get a backlash, it will only backlash as far as that piece of tape, and you'll save a lot of money on line. So there you go, guys. There are a few techniques that will hopefully help you cast a bait caster better, but remember, it's gonna take some practice. You're not gonna learn this overnight, but stick at it and you'll get good with a bait caster. Before you go, check out my last video I made. It's called How to Be a Pro Fisherman. I'll put an annotation on the screen. You can click on it. As always, thanks for watching.